Do you want to be the star of your next party? You have to make this recipe. It's called Mike's Late Night Nachos. Just set it in front of your friends and back away fast. Trust me, I've been making this recipe for over 20 years and I still have my hands, so let me show you how to make it. All right, let's make late night nachos, my friends. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cook down some chorizo. And here I have some Mexican chorizo. It's pork chorizo. There is beef chorizo, but I prefer the pork chorizo. And you can use your favorite brand. I have the cacique that I'm using here today, but you can also make your own, and I can link to my homemade chorizo recipe, which is fantastic. I just ran out, boo. But this is great. So here I have 9 ounces of Mexican chorizo. You can use 6 or even up to 12 ounces or more. It really just depends on how meaty you want it, your nachos. So, all right, go ahead and add this to a pan. All right, we're gonna cook this down for 6, 7, 8 minutes, really just till it cooks through. Oh, smell the chorizo. It's so good, man. It's a highly seasoned ground meat with huge flavor, huge flavor. And you don't really need oil in the pan. It's a pretty oily, but you can use a little oil if you want to. Smell it. Oh, the scent just hit Patty. It's good, man. All right, my chorizo is cooked through nicely. So let me take it off heat and I will move it over to a bowl. Spicy chorizo. All right, next step is assembly for baking. So get yourself a nice baking sheet, or you can be really cool like me and have made your own late night nacho bowl. This is actually something really awesome that Patty made for me at a pottery store. And doesn't it look cool? I love it. It says nachos, late night nachos, and dig in. Yeah, she's cool. Anyway, but I'm gonna use the baking sheet today. All right, so now you need a bag of chips, tortilla chips. I usually wind up picking up Tostitos pretty occasionally here for this recipe. I usually either get the rounds or like a cantina style, or really any chips work for this. It's really best to use your favorite. So this is a 12-ounce bag. You can use 14, 16 ounce. This is one of those recipes that scales pretty easily. Just depends on how big your party is. All right, next ingredient is salsa con queso. I got another Tostitos brand here, but really you can use your favorite. You can use other things like my homemade nacho cheese works really great for this, or even make your own. But honestly, salsa con queso, I've been using it for so long. I just keep, it makes it easy. It makes it extra cheesy. And you can definitely layer this all in there. Put a layer of this down, then add chips, then add cheese. I'm just making it easy today. So I'm gonna use the whole jar. It's like you think you're not putting on enough cheese, and then you realize later, oh, I need more cheese. All right, I got my salsa con queso all in there, set aside. Next, more cheese. So now I have shredded cheddar cheese, and you can use other cheeses. Cheddar is super duper popular. Sometimes pepper jack's great, or Monterey Jack. But today I'm using just regular, medium, sharp cheddar cheese. 4 to 6 ounces my recipe calls for. But again, it just depends on how cheesy you really want it to be. Someone tried to tell me this is not my cheese. I'm like, nacho cheese? Sorry. Patty actually laughed. So now that you have all of your cheeses spread, you're gonna go ahead and top it with the cooked chorizo and try to spread that around kind of as much as you want to here. Goodness right here, yum. All right, got my chorizo spread around. Try to do as good as you can for distribution. Maybe you'll do better than I do, and you might not make a mess like I do. And I always top with jalapenos before or after. So why don't I do both? I'll just do a little before, fresh sliced jalapenos, and then we'll do some after as well for extra little spicy kick. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and bake this. I usually do it at 220, 225 for several minutes until the cheese sort of slowly melts through and it all warms up together. But you can go hotter, you can go like 350 and just put it in for maybe 10 minutes tops and boom, melt it down. So anyway, let's get it in the oven, bake it up. So all of these components are actually ingredients that you can have made ahead of time. So you can cook your chorizo ahead, and you can have everything up in the refrigerator ready to go. So if you're having a party and everybody starts saying, hey, I'm hungry, man, boom, just run upstairs, assemble it, bake it, top it, and you're good to go. So a quick story about this recipe. As I mentioned, I have been making this recipe for well over 20 years. We used to host a lot of parties, and in my last home in our old neighborhood, we had a 30-foot bar built in our basement, and we used to throw some really, really great gatherings and had a lot of close friends there. I've made this so many times it got to the point late at night where people would look at me and say, is it nacho time? And I'm like, yes, time for nachos. And I would run upstairs really quick, get it cooked up, bring it down, and step back. As I said, honestly, everybody always loved this, and it never ever lasts long. So shout out to my old neighborhood, Cheswick. All right, check it out, guys. Woo, nice and hot. Late night nachos, Mike's late night nachos in the house. So now, before you're ready to serve it up to your friends or to yourself, really, we're gonna go ahead and top it with the extra jalapenos. And you can skip the jalapenos. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. For those who don't like it spicy, but too bad for them. Or maybe on half. I like lots of jalapenos. Roasted jalapenos. You can use pickled as well. Pickled is good. And I have some fresh chopped tomato. Now, these are pretty much the toppings that I prefer and have been using for many years, but you can use your favorites, but try this first. All right, tomato. And avocado. You can use guacamole. I just made a homemade guacamole video. You're gonna love that stuff. But usually avocado is great, but you can make guacamole ahead of time. You can use as much or as little as you'd like. And a little cilantro. I like a little fresh pop of herbaceousness here. You can chop it or tear it. But boom, look at this, guys. Who wants to dig in? Boom. Best part of the day, guys. Gotta give it a taste. A little spicy jalapeno. Got chorizo. Yum. Crunchy chips. Lots of cheese. I'm telling you, man. This is gonna make you a lot of friends. It's good. That's it, my friends. That's how you make Mike's Late Night Nachos. I hope you like the recipe, and I hope it scores me an invite to your next late night party. So definitely would love to hear what you think of the recipe in the comments below. And if you're looking for some more amazing recipes, boom, boom, check these guys popping up right here. You're gonna love those too. I hope you do. But I definitely can't wait to see you in my kitchen next time. Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. Bye.